Orlando Bear Pride and One Magical Weekend present Bear Jamboree 2023. Orlando Bear Pride is excited to welcome all their furry friends to Bear Jamboree, presented by Orlando Bear Pride and One Magical Weekend. Bear Jamboree takes place from June 1st to June 5th. Bear Jamboree is part of a 33-year tradition of LGBTQ+ community members trekking to Walt Disney World Resorts to celebrate our pride. I'll be there. The event features a host hotel, the Crowne Plaza Lake Buena Vista, daily pool parties with the hottest DJs, and nighttime events. For those that wish to party at Gay Disney, the Orlando Bear Pride and OMW team will also have fantastic events that you have enjoyed at Tidal Wave Party, including Riptide at Disney's Typhoon Lagoon Waterpark. It is a 52-acre world-class venue where thousands of revelers will ride the slides, float in the lazy river, cocktail it at 48 bars, and dance on the beach to the beats of DJ GSP. Bear Lagoon will feature a second dance area with its own beach and dance floor. Bear Ronce will be the hostess at the daily pool parties with Teddy's Bingo and Bear Roki. Saturday's main event will feature a comedy show, drag performers, and other shows. And you haven't lived till you've gone to Country Bear Jamboree and had a whole audience of bears singing All the Guys That Turn Me On, Turn Me Down in perfect harmony.
For those of you who have never been to Gay Days, that happens on the Saturday of Gay Days at Magic Kingdom at 1 p.m. Get in line very, very early because the theater fills and it's fun. I'm obviously on the Bears side. I have been to the Tidal Wave parties, which are now merging with One Magical Weekend. They are a lot of fun. The Riptide party at Typhoon Lagoon is insane. It's so much fun. It's just like music and lights and water slides and wave pools and it's like nothing else. It's one of the most unique circuit parties you'll ever be in. And you know, there's something extra interesting about having 300 bears in a pool at the same time too. It's like a log jam.
Ooh, I want to go.
It's called Bear Soup, and it's like, please dip me in the middle of it.
Yes.
Oh, Bob, behave.
And as long as we're discussing Gay Days, the Gay Pride Monorail Crawl, of which I have been going for a number of years, is Wednesday, May 31st. We start at the Outer Rim Lodge. Get your minds out of the gutter. We start at 7 o'clock. We proceed to the Polynesian, and we end up at the Enchanted Rose. We're a semi-official event. And if you want to join our Facebook group, Gay Pride Disney Monorail Crawl.
Oh, that will be fun. I have an annual pass, so I love the new Enchanted Rose Lounge, the one that's just all done up. So pretty. It's really pretty.
And if you haven't been to Gay Days and One Magical Weekend, Hotspots Happening at Television are one of the presenting sponsors of them. So much fun. I worked at Disney 11.5 years. That's where I know Bob from. I've known him for over a decade. And we used to go to Gay Days on Sunday. We'd meet at Mexico at noon, and we'd start off as a small group of like 10 or 15 of us. By the end of the day, we would just walk around, and we would have made so many more friends. It's such a unique, fun time. And even the families and stuff together. You go to Magic Kingdom, and like the parents will mention, like, if a little kid's cranky, the gay guys don't care. They're like, oh, go ahead, get on the ride, like, because they're having fun. And the people who aren't crazy bigots all tend to have a good time, even the straight families. It's very unique. It's one of the few times you can go out to a big public area and be comfortable in yourself. And there's some people that go a little crazy and they're over the top, but honestly, there's people who do that straight at Disney all the rest of the year.
And plus, I mean, this is a really good time to remind everyone that Disney is pro LGBTQ. They are sticking their head out in face of Ron DeSantis trying to, rob them of the Reedy Creek district and wreak havoc on how they run things. So supporting Disney for me is like a middle finger to Ron DeSantis at the moment. So
this is my first year in Florida. I've only lived here for about a year from New York, and so it sounds very magical. And it sounds like I definitely want to go. So it sounds like an event that you don't want to miss, quite frankly.
Gay Days and One Magical Weekend is great because there literally is something for everybody. You have the casual theme park, enjoying yourself just escaping, or there's the circuit parties, or the pool parties, or like just food and bars and everything. And so no matter what you're into, what group of people you belong to, you can go. You can find it. And you know, there's what, 70,000, 80,000 people who go to Orlando for these events, if not more.
The one thing I've noticed, they're not wearing the red shirts the way they used to, and that bothers me.
Well, because a lot of people don't know the history. It's a very long, so Gay Days actually started as an employee protest of Disney employees who were not given domestic partner rights. So a bunch of them called out from work one day, and they all went to Magic Kingdom and wore red with all their supporters so they could be seen, so that Disney could see the impact of the community and the number of people who worked there. And it just grew from there into a celebration instead of a protest.
I think that's pretty amazing. And I think given some of the stories that were reported on today, we need more of that advocacy. We need more people standing up for their rights. You just we just reported on the trans gender in Arkansas, right? Like, we need more people to stand up and really emulate what happened in Disney. I'm excited, and my mind is in the gutter, Bob.
So, did you enjoy the show? I know you did. So make sure to click subscribe so you won't miss any of the events, news, or interviews right here on the Faye What Show. Ring the bell at the bottom of the screen, right there, so you'll be alerted every time we're live. You can also click on the Happening Out Television Network logo so you can see all of the shows on the most diverse LGBTQ plus media network. Find out just what we're doing to bring the L and the G together right here on the Faye What Show. Get the week started with me.